here. I know I haven't been going live. I've been going live sporadically. I've been doing so much and getting my business in order. You know, all of you all that know, I'm raising my grands. And I'm doing some self-love and some self-care for myself. So let me set this up here. I'm wearing my Code 31 shirt because I support women, brands, entrepreneurship. Yeah. But a lot of times the sisters don't support me. And it's okay. You got to learn how to love yourself and support yourself. Ain't nobody up? All right, let me. Okay, let me see. Nobody's in yet. Let me. Okay. So, oh boy. Let me get started. This was telling me to check my internet connection. As I was saying before, I'm rocking out in Code 31 t-shirt. How you doing? I gotta charge my phone. Hey, I got 2 people in the building on the channel. How you doing tonight? Oh, they came and they went. Don't come and go. We're gonna do a little bit of unveiling tonight. And I'm gonna kick and unveil a little story, a little something about me. Well, this past week, September 24th, 1994, I made a decision because I was so broken up on the inside and dealing with trials and tribulations of life, the music industry, especially hip hop, trusting the wrong people, the betrayal. And I had been self-medicating those emotions. I don't know if anyone could vibe or understand. So it's been 31 years since I partaked in any mood, mind altering chemicals. And I've gone through various different trials and tribulations. I don't know why this thing goes off. My grandson be having my phone sometimes. I'm still getting my office, my space together, and it's coming along. Not as fast as I think it should be, but sometimes we have to just go with the flow. You know, we have to rock out on flow, and that's what I've learned. But anyway, I just made a decision to look at things through not no longer rose-colored glasses, but crystal clear. And in order for me to do that, I had to clear my mind. I had to clear my space from toxic people. And let me tell you, people sometimes they become hidden in sheep-like clothing, but actually they're hiding out and they're the big bad wolves. And these are a lot of things that I had to be self-taught because unfortunately, the guidance that I had should have had, I didn't necessarily have. So anyway, through all of it, you know, and I'll give you bits and pieces, I said, you know what, let me celebrate myself, you know, because sometimes we could spend so much time and uplifting and building other people that we don't celebrate ourselves. We don't celebrate our wins, you know. And I want to say congratulations to Rihanna, to ASAP Rocky on their beautiful family. And they just finally got their little girl. So if you've been following my channel here and there, I like to support Black businesses, especially women. You know, Angie Stone was my girl. I consider her a real one, a sister, slay sag just like me. And I, you know, supported her brand too. So now I had ordered, because I'm planning this trip, and you don't wait till the last minute. So this is the first time that I'm trying Savage Fenty by Rihanna. You know, I've been hearing all of these great reviews and everything about it. So one night I was up and I said, let me go ahead and let me purchase some things, right? Hold on 1 minute. I'll do that next time. But anyway, so that's what I did. I signed up for the first time discount code, and I started purchasing some things. So let's unveil. See, Savage Fenty. One of my daughters just swears by her brand, and she buys things and she patronizes her too. So I figured, let me do that. And they had this purple onesie, like to work out, and purple is definitely my color. And it's like the snake skin. Yeah, because purple is for royalty. Yeah, and I'm working diligently in flow to get the body back together. The body, mind, and spirit. So we have that jumper. Short jumper. Oh, I think I got the little bralette, the sports bra to it as well. Yes, the Gemstone. Oh, it's blue boa. Baddie print. It ain't even snake print. It's the Baddie. It's called, excuse me, it's called Baddie print. If you're just coming in, I thought, I don't have my glasses on, right? And I thought that the color was purple, but when I show it in the camera, it's blue. It's Baddie blue. This is Rihanna Savage Fenty, right? The quality, the give is really nice. Very cool. And let's see what else here. It's the Baddie bra. Bralette. Let me see what it says on the label. Okay, this is the luster. It's the Gemstone blue boa Baddie print. It's a sports bra. Because I believe in feeling sexy. No matter what the size, what you're going through, you got to have some self-love and some self-care, right? This is nice. And I still like to feel and be sexy. Not from nobody in particular, but myself. Because when you're going through so many different challenges like I have, you have to think when you've been through the fire, the muck and the mire, and you've making it on the other side, it don't matter what nobody else do. I've learned how to celebrate myself, and I've had fun in doing it. Yeah, I was telling everybody I'm planning on going on the trip. Well, I am going on a cruise. My daughters have already paid for it and everything. And this is a sleepwear. Snow days, crop top, and short, and an eye mask. So, let me open up this to see exactly what it is. If you have ever had a point in your time in your life that people didn't buy you presents and stuff and you was lacking from what you used to have, what I learned, buy it for yourself. Celebrate you. This is nice. I'm going to be mean in green. I'm going to be flow. And as it goes in my sleepwear, and I won't be giving a care. Nope, not at all. I'll be on the ship. I'll be cruising. And I'll be winning, and I dare shall not be losing. So, got that going on here. I got one like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Oh, I bought this for my great niece. This is cute too. A little baby romper. I gotta send that up to Connecticut. I didn't split the delivery. Okay, let me see what I got here. What I got here now. Oh, this is the purple Prism. It's the Weekender Terry sweatshirt. So I'm sure I got the sweatpants too to match. I was thinking earlier, I was looking on YouTube because I've never been on this particular ship before. And I was thinking, I said, shoot, I think I'm going to start preparing my luggage and preparing to go shipping. Ship it go way out. Ship it go way out. In advance. This is cute. It's Savage Fenty. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I guess for, you know, those cool nights on the ship out there in the ocean. I just love the ocean. That water just clears you up. And the forces that the ocean represents is very deep. So if you're just coming in, I'm just unveiling a brand. And I'm supporting Rihanna, Savage Fenty. And congratulations to her and ASAP Rocky on Little Rocky. And she's adorable. She's beautiful. I love to see black love like that. Yeah, I had a great achieving some accomplishments. And I tell you, it is been a very slow road, you know. But again, sometimes it's not slow. What may seem and appear to be slow to you is just the flow of things, you know. So here go the sweatpants to the sweatshirt, which is cool. I'm not going to open up this purple. I love this purple royalty. And I think I got one more bag. I sure enough do. I got another bag here. Yeah, and I saw this particular one. She had this on the entire family. Yep. what's this called? I think this is the jumper. I like the packaging too. Okay, it's the Forever Savage Hoodie Sleepwear Onesie. Navy blue, sage day green, holly. Yeah, this should be comfortable. Yep. So that's it for that particular unveil. So back to my topic, how I'm unveiling me and celebrating myself. Well, phone undropped. I'm back. I have my computers, but I'm still getting my space together. One of my former crew member, when I was with Atomic Sounds with my cousin, because I'm a hip-hop pioneer, they don't want to give me no credit. They would like to erase my history. And it's a long, drawn-out story. But I'm kind of used to it because I went through a lot of stuff in the beginning when it was going commercial and before. Being the first, a lot of times people like, oh, I'm the first. That comes with some heavy weight, being the first. Because you're doing something that nobody else is doing. You're thinking and you're moving and you're rhyming and you're making music outside the box and you're really creating history. And then here you go, people want to change all the narrative, right? So if anyone has heard my other or looked at any of my previous videos, I haven't been able to come online like every day like I would like to, but time will unveil and allow me to do those things. However, one of my friends that was part of the crew, one of my cousin's friends actually, he used to always set up all the equipment and stuff for us, whether or not we was playing at Olympia Palace, we was playing in the parks, Liberty Park, 40 Projects, doing battles with U Crew, so forth and so on. One of the biggest battles that they don't really talk about in Queens is the battle of Atomic Sounds against Cypher Sounds. We had a whole rollout. And I'll probably get into that another time because I'm, working on some things and creating a treatment. And I know that the pathways that's meant for me is going to open up. A lot of people know about me, know my history. But again, it's that old mentality. They can be up on the top of the barrel, but they want to keep you down. And they are going with the go along, get along gang. And hip hop, when it first, well, it wasn't called hip hop. When I started, it was based on rebellious children and rebellious young people. And a lot of times people want you to perceive and see things different, but that's not where it is, because if you were present and you lived in a certain environment, and this ain't hearsay, this ain't being on the outskirts, this is being a part of it, you know differently. And when you was all around New York City, you know differently. And however, I have so many bits and pieces, and when I've been compiling like all of my history, my bio and things like that, it's really deep and it's extensive. Um Anyhow, Peter was always, you always had these geeks that knew how to hook up the electricity to the light post, whether or not it was on a park or whether or not it was on a street. That's what Pete did. He also hooked up the equipment. He had the van, so he carried the equipment. And when we split for good, because one of my cousins went into the military, Hodge, And he did some extensive things too. He's now transitioned, but he did some hellified things when he created um not only atomic sounds, born allies, and yeah, so those things are good too. But he traveled, he's gone through life changes. We're older now, and people are having medical issues and still, challenges in this day and age, and the energy, that's the forces that are being, put out in the atmosphere, which can, you know, be very challenging. And everybody got a set of cards that they got to play, and they got to shuffle, and they got to deal with them, right? And so he's had surgeries, and he's had mishaps, and where he lived at. And also he is a telecommunication engineer, and his work allows him to travel. So he's not always here in New York. He spends a certain amount of months of time here in New York, and I just happened to catch him on a whim. So he was able to come by my house and set up, some systems, and, tell me what I needed, because I've been on a different side of the industry for so long. And now, I'm doing my little technology and getting stuff in place. So I was like really grateful, because I was able to feel that same energy. And, it's good when you have somebody that's supporting you. And I don't have a lot of money, but I'm making things work the way they're supposed to. And actually, when you manifest and you believe in God, God is going to allow any opening doors, and even complete strangers are going to come your way, and give you the opportunities. And I've had many opportunities, but being the fact that I had dealt with so much complex trauma growing up as a youngster, and in hip hop, and the things that they don't want people to talk about. But there's been a lot of people that are no longer here, because a lot of things that were being done and that shouldn't have occurred, you know, and the adults and institutions as a whole were not protecting young girls and boys, and young ladies and young men, as we see with Diddy. So I'm not with the go along, get along. And where I'm at on my pathway is, there's no way in hell I'm not going to allow my history and contributions to not come to the forefront. You understand? Um, I've been on this pathway of healing since 1994, when I just had a spiritual awakening and life's rule awakening. And again, playing the cards that my hand was dealt, and shuffling, and dealing, and at the same time allowing myself to feel and heal, no longer suppressing those emotions and those feelings. So that has been, a journey in itself. And then, losing my parents, losing my daughter, losing people close to me, and having to take care of that. And, now not allowing my grandchildren to go in the foster system. And then, experiencing the fact of the matter that we live in a society, when it comes to skin folks and kin folks, and people doing the right thing, whether or not it's in the political arena, whether or not it's in the industry, but it's like worldwide. People are not doing the right thing. You know, they don't like to be held accountable. They don't like to engage into corrective action. Um, they're rather sweep things under the rug, and whereas their actions and their negligence may have caused collateral damage. And that's what happened within my family. And it was like one, two, three, like they sucker punches. And you got to duck, dodge, and weave and still fight back in your own way. And I've been able to do that, you know. And at the same time, in going through that, you learn through those pathways that there's a purpose, you know, because I'm here. What do you do? You know, some people have a purpose to make a difference, a positive difference in people's lives. And for me, doing a self-assessment and ancestral lineage line awakening, finding out my history, the lineage line, and doing that lineage line cleansing and healing, because my family are direct lines of slaves. And my mom's generation, my grandmother's generation, there are the Freemans. You know, you hear them say, you know, talk about FBA, FBA. Yeah, that's a terminology that they changed. They then gave us the Negroes. They then gave us African American. They then gave us black. They don't know what the hell to call us, right? They want to do FBA. They want to do the other one with the I think it starts with the A. I can't recall. But the language, I believe, in the 13th Amendment divulges, and what Lincoln set forth is the freeman, you know. And that's how we'll receive our lineage line reparation under that category, because African American, that could, it's just a broad expansion, you know. And a lot of people think and feel that they're entitled, and they may, but it's different areas. So with that being said, by me just sitting still and being kind of whole, and yeah, you know, being knocked down, and if I had a nervous breakdown, I wouldn't have known, because I didn't have time to sit in it. I had to go with the glow and go with the flow, you know. And it's almost 8 years now that I've been able to sleep more hours, because at one point I wasn't sleeping no more than like 3 hours a night, which caused my body to go into so many different shocks. The cortisone um, levels probably shifted and were off. So my body wasn't able to lose weight anymore because of lack of sleep and me, you know, munching at night, you know. So I go from one thing to the other. I'm eating like healthy snacks now and becoming self aware, because I've had some health issues over the years. Grief is a deep thing. And a lot of times people think that you're supposed to get over it overnight. No, especially when you lose a child and then, you know, you have some things directly that you were not a willing participant, but you was putting in a situation that was not healthy environment for myself nor my daughter, and having to fight and be who I am, a tower of strength always. And you know, finally finding escapes, but at the same time not being able to stay away from those toxic people, because you always, toxic people don't always show on the face of it that they're toxic. You know, people pretend very well. Like I said in the beginning, it's the sheep in the wolf's clothing, you know, and you don't know who the hell is who, you know. And sooner or later they happen to unveil who they are, you know. And when people show you who they are, you better believe them. Just like in the music industry and in hip hop and all this thing with the history, I saw so many warning signs. I was like, damn. But not knowing early in life would be preparing me for this time in my life. You know, some years ago, I was watching people's moves. It's like playing chess, you know, and I'm going to leave it at that for now, you know. But anyhow, they have all of these fake agendas, and I have a choice. I don't have to be around, and I don't have to give in to the go along and get along. So, you know, Pete was saying his history. You know, I've gotten a chance to speak to so many other unsung pioneers and other folk stories, and it has been very interesting. And I'm so excited because, you know, you hear this whole side, this whole whim. They want to teach it a certain way in these colleges, and that's not so, you know. Um, but you don't worry about that. What I'm concerned about is my history, my talent, um, my love and appreciation for the arts and for the music, you know, that goes way before we were jamming in the parks or jamming in the parties and things like that. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to tap in with you all tonight, and talk about that particular unveil. And then I might come back on in a little while once my phone charges, because my computers are hooked up. But I found out one of the set of my desktops, I have to get a camera, and I do have a camera somewhere around here, so I got to put that up. And then the other one, you know, so it's little by little, you know, I'm healing. It's still very challenging to walk in raggedy shoes when it comes to grief, because my heart was shattered and really literally broken. And that's what happens when you lose a child and then you lose close ones after that or to you. It's a vast difference from losing a parent, you know, and in all the particulars, and, you know, having to look in your history and your past and taking some ownership. And that is like hurtful. You know, thank God for therapy. I'll always promote therapy because it really has been great for me. And also, you know, dealing with 12-step, you know, programs, that has been very, very life changing. I could say that, you know, and I'm grateful for all those special people, you know. Um, and I'm blessed to have lived and continue to live one life, and, well, several lives in one lifetime, I should say. And I've been practicing opening up my chakras and talking, because for these last years, I've been, you know, taking care of business, taking care of my health, taking care of the children, and I have anxiety so bad that I'm going to conquer this. So I'm starting to exercise my vocals, my thoughts, and formulate them, and even, you know, writing down little subject matters, going back to school on this, because if I had a nervous breakdown, I never had time to sit in it. And I'm just going with the flow, and I'm getting to the other side, because I know that my daughter will want me to move forward and do a lot of things in her honor, you know, because just before she passed, I had planned on, you know, getting back in the studio, writing, telling my history, my story, and, you know, doing what I love and what others came behind me, you know. and may have surpassed, and I applaud them. But however, I see that, yeah, nobody's going to co-sign me. I have to tell it like it is, and all I could do is be me, you know. But I've changed and I've matured, and not everybody changes, you know. Um, because I think I was born a rebel, and I've had a very adventurous life, I must say, on the pathway to hip hop and beyond, and just living. And in terms of what I would have liked to see the culture become. But hey, stay tuned and more will be revealed, and I'll be continuously unveiling um, my thoughts, my story, um, unveiling different brands that I like that kind of vibes with me, and I'll just let you on into my world. And I believe that it doesn't have to be a one-way street. I think it could be a two-way street as well. Like, share, and subscribe, comments, and this is just the start of the unveiling of Tam behind the mic, and all the different tentacles of her, and my brand, and a snippet into my family, which has been very interesting raising grandchildren. But I'm so glad that it didn't matter if people messed up, our own kind. You always want your people to get it together, but all skin folks is not necessarily kin folks. And we talk about in terms of breaking those cycles and those chains. And my um, my thoughts and my purpose of going back and breaking some of the chains within my lineage line is taking a look at it, you know, and breaking those cycles, breaking those chains. And that's not always an easy task. And also with the education and the knowledge and the wisdom that I've acquired over the years, seeing certain patterns and certain cycles that continue, such as, the cronyism, the nepotism, the cliques. Um, it's like we're selling ourselves out all over again. So, yeah, I'm continuously on this journey and creating this pathway. And I really appreciate you all that have taken that time to come in and vibe and see me unveiling what I'm doing, and self-caring, and, buy yourself something, and taking some self-love, because if you're looking for other outside people to validate who you are, you will always be disappointed. And I was a tad bit disappointed, but again, I believe that the cards that have been dealt in my hand from the past has prepared me for now. That, the betrayals and the disloyalties and the lies and the falsities, and, that whole package um, had to happen so that I would stand in my purpose and in my flow. So with that, like, share, and subscribe. And it's Tam behind the mic. And guess what? I'm getting a little tired. I was running today. My grandson had a game. He's in football. I've never been able to. I didn't have any sons. I had 3 daughters, including their mom. And, I'm doing different things and I'm learning different things on how to raise a male child. But also, I'm, flowing with his talents in sports and what his likes are. And that's a great thing. And I'm able to do these things. And it's like the things that I'm doing is like, sometimes I'm amazed, but then again, I'm like, when you got the backing of the supreme being, the creator, that you have had evidence of the impossible becoming possible in manifesting and things coming to light, yeah, you embrace it and you enjoy it. And there's going to be times that, I am a little down in the dumps and I'm sad and, depressed, but I don't stay there. I've gained a lot of tools through prayer, meditation, and, my body doesn't act and it's not like it used to be, but I'm just here for the unveiling. So you all have a great night. Happy Saturday. Um, have a blessed Sunday. And maybe, we'll meet together again tomorrow night or maybe in a day. I need to, at some point, um, create a set time, set days of programming and moving forward. Okay, so peace, blessings, and light.